Hello everyone, welcome to Anime Amigos. The quiz show that asks the question, how can we turn this into a podcast?
Yeah.
I'm Calvin Atkinson, the Pokemon Punk, and my subjects today are Zom 100 and
Well, that's a good sign, isn't it?
Oh, dementia!
Solid Generations.
I'm Risa Gundam Guru. My subjects today are Tekken 8 and Digimon Tamers.
I'm Ren, the JoJo Genius, and my subjects today are Naruto. I'm not sure if that includes Shippuden.
It does not.
Does not, that's fine. And Hades.
I'm the Vanguard Vagrant. I do not have any subjects. I am lonely. And love was in the air about 9 days ago. And, you know, not for us though. We're very lonely. However, that changes now. You see, I was bored the other day, so I went out to buy myself a chinchilla, and I ran into a wizard who asked me about my woes. After I proceeded to spend 5 hours talking about Promised Neverland Season 2, I then told him about my love life, and he gave me a solution. He gave me this here love attraction potion thing that will make me the eyes of all the ladies and maybe the men. It is yeah, he did charge 10 grand, but he settled for a blowy and a crunchy bar. So what say we get like we do this? Oh, I'm gonna be popular. I'm gonna be like renter of 100 girlfriends. Look out, ladies, for my life, please.
Oh, he's done it all. Chug, 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 chug.
Yep, that's piss.
It's red! What's wrong with the wizard?
Lots of beetroot.
Wizard piss. Okay.
Best use of a wizard costume I've ever done.
I knew it! Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Mastermind today.
Mastermind.
And Elliot has graciously set a new tradition, which is from now on, the winner steps down to give the other. So that way we do mix and match a bit more who the second wild card is going to.
I'm looking forward to never having to write questions.
I thought it would be easier just so that way it's not me and Reese winning every year.
Yeah.
Although that being said, that if the winner doesn't necessarily have to write the questions, they can dictate it to other people.
Yeah.
Considering how much effort Elliot put in and how exhausted he was from doing it.
I have not slept in 3 days.
Welcome to my world. This is what it was like. This is what it was like for me.
Yeah.
So obviously you heard our subjects as the rules of Mastermind.
We're starting off with anime.
Well,
but what do we win? What coveted prizes are available?
Well, a belt.
Wild cards.
Well, the belt.
Isn't here.
Isn't here for the winner because Elliot forgot it. We'll be handing it.
I fucked up.
We'll be either handing it over in the next Axia Post Diagnostic Support Group or the next podcast, whichever one Elliot remembers to do it at.
Which would likely be neither.
And of course, we do one round on, unlike the BBC programme, we're going to do one round on our anime subject and one round on our game subject. The top two will both get 2 wild cards.
Yeah.
So only one person is going to really lose out today, and it's probably me.
It's realistically, Cal, it'll be me.
I mean, I'm losing out. I'm not getting the wild card. And I put all this effort in.
That's true. You should get something. You'll get a pat on the back.
Yeah.
And something after the show.
Ooh. No, something on the show, damn it!
I'm sorry, okay.
Yes, pass on the back and a reach around at the same time.
You just see him stretch his arm out like Luke.
I don't know why that sounds like a fucked up Willy Wonka song. A pat on the back and a reach around.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that version of Wonka.
Please.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's get into the questions.
Okay.
So Reese, you're going first.
No, it's you.
Oh, I'm going first.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my Zom 100 questions first.
Okay.
Ren, can you keep?
I hope these are good. I really hope these are good.
I'm sure they will be.
I'm ready. My questions start now.
Okay. What apartment in Akira's company does Saori Otori work in?
Salary. Marketing.
Accounting.
Fuck.
When Akira asked his neighbour if they needed anything from the convenience store, what did they ask for?
I think milk and some aspirin.
2-ply toilet paper.
Toilet paper, that was it.
What episode do they fight the zombie shark?
5.
Correct. Why do Akira and Kensho take a trip to Ikeburo?
Ikeburo.
Yeah.
Which episode is it?
I think... I'm not going to say, actually.
No, it's saying which episode... Was that the question? Which episode?
No, what do they go for?
In particular.
To see Akira's parents.
To get a widescreen TV.
Oh yes.
What was the first goal in Higurashi's bucket list? To be more exact, I'm more looking for the thing he said out loud first. I'm not sure if this is what he
confess
wrote.
to the girl I like.
I said Higurashi's.
Oh, Higurashi's. Fire a gun.
Correct, fire a real gun.
Nice.
How do our heroes end up encountering Chief Kosugi, leading to Akira working for him again?
He puts on a bunch of spikes that cause a puncture, so Kenshiro gets injured.
I'll give you that. They drive over a spike strip he planted. What was the name of Shizuka's puppy that her father put down?
Oh, I can't remember the name of the puppy. Oh, God, I don't remember. I'm gonna pass that one because I don't remember.
Name something. It could be Ginger.
Satoshi.
Rue.
How
many goals were written in Akira's bucket list by the end of the anime?
God, 44.
86.
Ooh, damn.
What country was Beatrix originally from?
Germany.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And what does Akira say to Higurashi, making him question everything he did during the Village of the Dead arc?
You could have asked.
Why didn't it look like you were having fun?
Oh, we never see. Yeah.
So you
Didn't do well there at all.
You scored 4.
I'll be honest. I did think you would do better. Okay, so next is Reese.
Okay.
Digimon Tamers.
I would like to note now, I got most of these from a website called Fun Trivia because strange enough, there was only one Digimon Tamers quiz that wasn't which Digimon Tamers character are you.
Yeah, I got a few of those. So
I like to know, and I'm saying this now because 1, I'm not James Summerton, and 2, that way if these questions do suck, you know it's not entirely my fault.
Fair.
Also, while we're on the, that's how I got a few of my ones.
Okay, so are you ready, Reese?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, who do Kazu and Kenta ask first to become their Digimon partner?
Guillemon.
Gigimon and Babamon.
Ah, yeah.
What is the name of the motorcycle Beelzemon rides?
Behemoth.
Correct.
Seen them live.
What Digimon appears when Rika fixes a second hand arrow on the clock in episode 28, Blame It on Rio?
Which one appears? Oh, Megadramon.
Correct. Who did Leomon prevent Beelzemon from deleting shortly before getting deleted himself?
Cubimon.
Correct. What happened when Marco gave Impmon the toy gun?
It transformed into a real gun and let him mode change.
He warp digivolved into Beelzemon Blast Mode.
Yeah, so that's the mode change.
I think give him that.
Yeah,
one.
I'll give you that one. What's the name of the person who owns Dobermon?
Could you repeat that?
What is the name of the person who owns Dobermon?
Alice.
Alice McCoy, yeah.
Do I completely forgot about it until he sent me the question.
Who did Goemon fight when he digivolved into Groundmon for the first time?
Davidramon.
Correct.
Thank God you remembered.
Which Digimon sovereign represents the dragon?
Azulonmon.
Correct. What sport does Kalumon watch Takato's school play?
Football.
Soccer, I'll give you that.
Yeah, because he's got the correct word.
Yeah.
Football.
And in the movie Runaway Locomon, who is Locomon being controlled by?
Parasismon.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Parasitemon.
9 out of 10, Reese.
Hey!
Yeah.
Fair play.
I did my eyes backwards.
God damn.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
That
same.
was brilliant.
I was expecting you to stumble on a couple of them, honestly.
So Ren.
Yes.
Your one is Naruto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Should I keep score on this?
Yeah.
one?
So just use the cross and tick.
Good luck with this one.
So, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. How many times did Naruto fail his graduation test?
Oh, wait, graduation. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd like to become a Genin.
Yeah,
Oh. I want to say 3 times.
correct.
Wow.
Hey, well done.
What is the forbidden technique that Rock Lee uses in his fight against Gaara?
Well, okay, so it's the 5th gate, but I suppose it's like...
It's a technique he uses with the fifth
name...
game.
Give me a sec. Hidden Lotus?
Primary Lotus.
Fuck!
Oh.
Close.
What's the ability that Kimimaro of the Sound 5 uses?
He uses a Keke Genkai, and it's like bone manipulation.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I didn't. I forgot what his name was until I actually looked it up.
No, I like that character. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, he is awesome.
Mm.
Who was the only character to become Chunin after the Chunin exam?
Neji.
Shikamaru.
Fuck!
What special technique does the Aburame clan specialize in?
Your mum.
Bugs.
Correct.
Yeah.
She does clan. Who was Naruto fighting when he unlocked the Demon Fox cloak form for the first time?
Oh, Haku.
Sasuke.
Yeah.
You're thinking when he first started tapping into his beast mode is the chakra.
Yeah.
it's-
Damn, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
What is the name of the adult novel series that Jiraiya wrote? I will expect either the Japanese or English name.
Oh, I can't. It's etchy something. I know.
In Japan it is Icha Icha. In English it is Make Out.
Fuck! Oh, that's so sad.
Who was the first person that Naruto used a Rasengan on?
Oh, that's a good one. Damn. I'm gonna say Jiraiya.
Kabuto.
Fuck. That makes sense.
Why does Neji Hyuga hate Hinata?
Same reason everyone else
Yeah.
does.
Because she's of the main clan and he's like a subordinate clan.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's a lower member. He's a fellow family
That's
member.
it, yeah.
And where do Naruto and Sasuke fight at the end of the Sasuke recovery arc?
Oh, damn.
Oh.
It's like... it's Valley of the something, and I can describe it to you because I know exactly. It's the two statues of...
It's the name
Do I
I'm
need the
looking
name
for.
specifically?
It is the name I'm looking for.
Fuck. Ninja Valley?
Valley of the End.
Yeah!
Or the Shumatsu no Tani.
That's so sad.
You
Never mind.
scored 4 out of 10.
Oh, thanks.
That's
So
the same as Cal.
we're tied at the minute.
So we both need to score.
I like to
least
note
5.
to everyone, if you hear Ripley, she's not being neglected. She's just being a whiny girl at the minute.
That's
So
okay.
we're down to the game questions, and Reese is well in the lead.
Yeah.
So Reese...
I wonder who the winner's going to be.
Reese cannot score more than 5, and we need to score at least 5
Yes.
or 10.
Well, Reese is going last considering he's on the highest one.
Yeah.
So it's me and you. So me and you
Yeah.
rock scissors paper because normally the lowest scorer goes first.
Oh, let's continue to go through.
I'll do Calvin first. 'Cause that's
Me-
Ren just went.
Okay.
Me, Ren, then Reese.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll know how much Reese needs to win.
So
Sonic
Sonic,
Generations for
are
me.
you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. In the classic Sonic level of Planet Wisp, what is the one Wisp power that can be used?
The classic Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh, Spike Wisp.
Correct. The Twin Spin attack, a move that can be purchased for classic Sonic, originally came from what game?
Twin Spin. Sonic 3?
Correct.
This is a weird dog noise.
Who were the two characters that can be seen on the missing posters in City Escape?
Oh, Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel.
Correct.
Very good.
What does Tails give Sonic for his birthday?
Herpes.
A cake shaped like his head.
A chili dog.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
that was going to be my guess.
What classic Sonic level does it fake up by moving the sign at the end?
Crisis City. That was real bastard to do with that.
Correct. Which boss fight originally came from Sonic Unleashed?
The Hydra Egg, I think it's called.
Egg Dragoon.
Egg Dragoon.
The time meter is actually a reference to / secretly is which Sonic antagonist?
Dr. Robotnik from the past mixed working with Dr. Robotnik from the present.
No, Solaris.
Solaris. It's a reference to Solaris.
Yeah.
Time meter, eating time. That's a big part of Solaris.
Ah.
What game got a level in the 3DS version but not the home console?
Well, there's a few of them that got a level in the 3DS version.
No, there's only one.
Also, what?
That isn't in the home console.
No, there's definitely more than one.
No, I did check. There's only one.
So it was in the home console version, but not in.
No, wrong. It was in the 3DS version, but not in the home console.
So it's a handheld exclusive level.
God. So, well, there's going to be one of 4 answers, because in the 3DS they had Mushroom Hill Zone, they had Emerald Coast, and they had Radical Highway. Yeah, I don't know what site you got that one from. There is
No, I did actually look it up. There's only one level. I actually looked up.
Oh, so it got a level in the 3DS version, but it didn't get a level in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. What level? What game got a
'cause-
level?
Which game got?
Yeah, which game got a level in I explained this to you. I just read it.
Right, okay.
Look, Cal's got dementia. We need
Sonic
to
and
take him
Knuckles.
Sonic Rush.
Oh, yes!
The Water Palace.
Damn.
What character do you save after finishing Seaside Hill?
SBO.
Correct. And what does Dr. Robotnik consider doing when after learning that he and Mega Man never beat Sonic?
Oh god, he wants to open up a business. Become a masseuse.
Getting a teaching degree.
I was going to say suicide.
How many did I get in the end?
You got 5.
So
Hey,
total
not
of 9 out of 20.
So unless Reese gets nothing in Tekken.
You managed to.
I need you to just suck so much.
Alright, so
You dropped a question on the Hydra egg one, which was close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then it was.
Hexagon.
I knew
Yeah.
exactly which boss it was, but I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah,
of it.
So Ren, yours is Hades.
Yep.
This was the toughest one for me to do, so apologies if these suck. These are the ones I'm most nervous about, honestly.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yep.
Alright. What Infernal Realm costs 4 Catonic keys to unlock?
I don't know what it's called, but it's the gun.
No, it is Varatha, aka the Eternal Spear.
Never mind.
Don't call it a cunt for it.
Which, which
situation.
of the Fury sisters is only able to say the words murder and murderer?
Ah, damn, right, so I need to remember the fucking names now.
Yeah,
So-
because there's 3 sisters.
Yeah, so Megara is obviously the main one, and then...
So that's all he's going to say all podcast if he gets this wrong.
Murder, what's her fucking name?
I'll change the fucking record.
Someone phone just go off?
No, it's just that's what he
I know, that's
sounds
what,
like
yeah,
he's going to
that was the
I
joke.
can't remember. Oh no!
Shall I give you the other 2 names so you can guess?
No, that's not fair. Hang on.
Nah.
I'll take it. If there's one going. If there's one going, I'll take it.
Put it this way.
Okay, the 3 sisters are Megara, Electo, and Tisiphone.
Electo.
Tisiphone.
Oh, no, 50% chance.
What do you need to give Cerberus in order for him to let you leave the underworld?
Oh, it's a pouch of yeah. It's a pouch of something. It's like satyr food or something.
I'll give you that, Satyr Sack.
Satyr sack. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
What keepsake do you get? Can you be given by Achilles?
It's like a spearhead of some kind.
Oh my.
I can't remember the name of it.
Myrmidon Bracer.
Damn. Okay. Yes.
How do you unlock the Pact of Punishment?
By beating Hades and meeting your mother.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which god/goddess gives you your first spoon? And I did check. I started the game on different accounts on different consoles. It's the same god/goddess every time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I'm fairly convinced he's right on that one.
Yeah, I've checked numerous times. You can check it out. Try it yourself if you want.
Zeus.
Athena.
Damn.
That-
See, I assumed it was Zeus.
Yeah.
What? How many heads does the Bone Hydra spawn during its final phase?
Final phase. Fuck. 5?
6.
No.
I got it wrong as well.
How does Zagreus discover that Persephone is his mother?
Oh. Nyx tells him.
No, he reads it in a letter and the narrator spoils it for him.
Yeah, of course.
Can I say I got that wrong as well when I was doing it?
Which god/goddess starts giving you boons after you reach the surface for the first time? By this I mean after you face Hades for the first time.
What's her fucking name? It's the Frost one. The old lady. What's her name? After you reach I can't remember her name, but it is the old lady one who gives you the frost boost.
Should I give him that one?
I think he got generally down the right line. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Demeter. I'll give you that one.
Demeter.
And finally, who is the one male character that Zagreus can romance?
Oh, Thanatos.
Correct.
Yeah,
You got it right. So you got 4 out of
4 out of 10. So
10.
you and I are on an even footing now.
No, hang on. You're on 8. I'm on 9.
I thought I got 5 in my start one.
No, you're not 4, didn't you?
Did I?
Hang on. Yeah, so you're 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, you're ahead of me then. Carl.
Yeah, so I'm ahead of you.
Damn,
So
fair play.
So if I fail every question, it's a tie between me and Cal.
you have to get one thing right.
Yeah.
This has been a disaster.
Okay, let's
One
just get.
race.
Alright,
Okay.
so you ready?
You've
Yep.
got this.
Let's bring it home.
Alright. How long after the events of Tekken 7 does Tekken 8 take place?
Oh.
We might be on because
6 months.
He's won.
we'll
keep
keep going. See
Keep
if
going.
we can take a victory lap.
What's the name of the game's opening song? I mean, the one that's playing during the opening sequence.
So the one with vocals.
Yeah.
My Last Stand.
Our time is now.
Wait, no. The official title is My Last Stand.
I meant the one that was playing during the opening sequence. During the opening cinematic.
Why is it in my head now I'm just being indestructible?
What is the name? What is the name of the school that Rainer attends?
Oh, the Mishima Polytechnic.
Yeah.
Of course, I memorised where she made.
Which I keep wanting to call the Mishima Pyrotechnical School.
I'm in for that.
What is the name of the rebel army led by Lars Anderson?
Yggdrasil.
Correct. What is the first matchup in the first round of the King of the Iron Fist tournament?
So this is the one at Jins before the one in the Colosseum.
This is the Colosseum one.
Oh, this is the Colosseum.
Yeah.
It's Steve versus King.
Correct. What did Kazuya need to do to summon Azazel?
Fart really loudly.
Give him a good gob off.
He captured what's her face. I forgot her name. Zania?
He breaks the seal on Zafina's arm.
Zafina, that's it.
What spell does Claudio cast to try and kill Kazuya, but only succeeds in clipping his shoulder?
Oh, it's a weird Italian name. It's like Spear of Kephalos.
Correct.
Hey!
I'm not sure if it's a spell or a weapon, honestly.
It's a spell, it's magic.
What was the promise that Paul made to Law after winning a tournament, which he later broke?
A toss up and a reach around.
That he was going to split the prize money with him.
Correct. Name 3 characters that you fight in the story mode that aren't currently playable.
That aren't currently playable.
Fuck, Jesus.
That aren't currently playable.
I should say for the record, we're recording this in late February, so they might be available at the time you see this.
Right, so there's the Jack 7s.
Mhm.
There's... Well, it's kind of cheating to say Devil Kazuya and True Devil Kazuya. So, what's the other one?
You might be cheating though.
Yeah, so that's technically free.
Come on with another one just in case you need another one.
Trying to think.
Please don't be like Cyrax in Mortal Kombat 11 and he never shows up. And Sector for that matter.
Well, I suppose you could just say like the generic Tekken Force characters, the goons you beat up.
I did not have that written down. I will give you it because technically Devil Kazuya and True Devil Kazuya are 2 separate characters.
Yeah.
The last one you think of was Azazel.
Oh yeah, Azazel himself.
And finally, aside from Japan, what is the most common nationality in the character roster?
Oh, that's a good question.
I got this wrong, by the way.
Most common nationality.
Aside from Japan.
We're American.
Correct.
Hey!
There's 3 Americans, as it turns out.
4.
4.
Brian, Law, Paul,
Leroy.
and Leroy, yeah.
Yeah.
So 8.
Hey!
And there's
You've only
way
got 3 questions.
Oh, and for the record, that thing that says unknown country for Reina, it's like, she's Japanese for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. She's clearly Japanese.
Yeah, so congratulations, Reese wins.
Hey!
With a total of 17 out of 20.
Yeah.
Hey!
And
And I came second with 9.
Reese came last with 8.
Ren came last with 8.
Yeah.
Meow.
That went by quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah,
Also,
same.
for the record, I'm amazed I did as well as I did on Sonic Generations.
Yeah.
Meaning that Reese is picking the next ones, and for him picking Digimon and Tekken 8, I'm going to pick something very obscure for him.
Well, Tekken's not very obscure. It's one of the big 3.
Or more something that I just have no knowledge on.
Okay, that's fair.
Bam, 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 bam. I've now got the Tekken 8 selection music in my head.
Yeah.
Ren
By the way,
Bromley.
By the way, I'd like to know, thanks for that. It made me realise how shit I am at Tekken.
Hang on, if it's like Mortal Kombat 1, we have to do the whole arm fist in doing the trash talking.
I've never played
Hang
more.
on, hang on.
Yeah.
Reese will be like,
Yeah.
you call that a hot take? Everyone doesn't like Gundam Seed Destiny.
You're like, Eureka 7? Casual.
That's what it's like in the game. So there's the one they just showed today in the trailer is Peacemaker and Liu Kang say, this is hardly the time to laugh. Of course it's the time to laugh. I get to finally tick off Fire God off my bucket list. Yeah, there's a few of those.
So has Mortal Kombat now basically become Injustice?
Pretty much.
So pretty much, yeah.
Kind of.
So since it's our second topic today, we'll talk about a bit about romance anime, shall we?
Absolutely.
So, I've always wanted to do a romance anime episode in February because we've never done it before. Because there's always been like a film or something to tie us over. We haven't had that this time, so perfect time to take advantage. So, here's the thing. I wanted to start this thing asking, what do you guys? If I think there's a fine line between a good romance anime and a bad romance anime.
Yeah.
What would you say is the fine line?
How much?
Well, I would categorise it between character development versus just fan service.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
not
That-
sexualised.
I would also, I would say for me it's how much you like the main couple and
Yeah.
how much, if it's a love triangle, how bullshit is the love triangle,
Yeah.
and like how obvious is the final outcome.
Yeah, character likability is a very big factor.
I'd also how related they are.
I would
The little
also-
triangle.
Yeah,
I would also probably say plot progression and how much happens in it.
And abridging large aspects of the manga often can have a really negative impact.
Yeah.
well,
Or sometimes it can have a better impact. Isn't that right? Angel Next Door spoils me rotten.
You're
Can
just
I-
happy because it got it over with quickly.
can I add to the topic though? For example, the two that I was looking into when I was doing this, one is an original property. These are our favourite ones. We're going to talk. Some of our favourites we're going to talk about. One of them was an original property, and one was based on a visual novel. So the adaptation process only played a factor slightly, and that's another point as well. A lot of the romance anime that comes out is based on visual novels as well as manga and light novels.
I feel like it's probably going to be mostly the harem ones with like the dating sims.
Can I be honest? This something I was going to save this until we got to the seasonal roundup this season. This season's really convinced me that I'm not a huge fan of harems. But I can only think of a couple in the last few years I've actually liked really that much. And even then, one of the anime I really quite liked this season.
You were a fucking big proponent of the girlfriend one. What is it? Fucking
100 Girlfriends.
No, the
Rent a
other one.
Girlfriend?
Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've definitely gone off that the more it's
Okay.
gone on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say I was a big champion of that one.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, that's the one I like recently. The one I don't like, for example, the one I really like this season. What I quite like this season. There's two I quite like this season. I wouldn't say they're anything great, but they're all right. Is fucking hell, that was weird.
Sorry, I was playing with Charlie.
Stop messing with my stop messing with my laptop plug. The two I really like this season are Tale of Wedding Rings and Hokkaido Girls are super
I thought you
cute.
weren't that big on Tales of Wedding Rings.
No, here's the point. I would be so much more on them if they weren't harems. Like, there's no reason for it to be a harem, especially considering that I am well aware, I suppose in the case of Tales of Wedding Rings, I haven't read a bit more of the manga, I am well aware that the obvious choice is going to happen.
I mean, I think the difference is Will of Wedding Rings is more of a necessary one. Because like it's more sort of they have to get married to save the world.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I feel like that's one that can kind of get away with that.
And they do make it very clear that it's going to be Sato and Hime by the end of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do make it very clear. No, there is one. Maybe
Whereas-
no, the rest is more of a necessity.
Whereas Hokkaido Girls, it was like, okay, we were setting up for this simple romance with a side cast with the institute, and then we had another fucking love interest. And there's no reason for her to be there. She feels like she's just there to add an extra level of conflict that is not necessary.
Yeah, like to compare it to another show with a lot of female characters that time got reincarnated as a slime. There's more just a show with a lot of female characters. It's not really a harem.
Yeah, and that's a prime example, and that's a good choice to make. It gives a lot of female voice actors an opportunity to have a role.
But there is still the one with massive tits who's just there to be a pair of massive tits.
I mean, they're all
Merchandising sales, right?
Yeah, I
we
know.
need
Also,
merchandising
no,
sales.
Shino is awesome. Shut up.
I agree.
I'm also going to paraphrase Elliot's point. Shino is awesome.
I'm not deriding the character, I'm just saying what she's there for.
I mean, it's the isekai. There's always got to be at least one.
When I went to put it this way, when I went to the cinema to see the movie, she got the biggest applause.
Wonder why.
Especially after you, Cal.
Yeah, from you, I was going to say standing ovation.
Yeah, just every time he was on screen cheering and standing when she wasn't. Boo!
I was kicked out in 10 minutes.
Just started clapping, pitching a tent. Sir, you have to.
I could just
Never.
I could just imagine some naive viewers just going, "Who's making a tent in the cinema?"
I would say actually though, which is weird because one of my favourite anime this season again has been a romance anime. But yeah, I feel like whenever we come to a season, we always have one romance anime.
Yeah.
And look at what's dominating the conversation at the moment. It shows like one of the shows that's dominating the conversation at the moment is Dangers in My Heart season 2. So
it's been top of leaderboard for what, like 4 weeks?
It's now trending. It's 5 weeks now.
5 weeks
sweep
now.
the ball, and by sweep I mean it got best ship, best show, best male, best female.
That makes you
5 weeks in a row.
That makes me really happy, just because if I remember, I need to Diana and Frank's there. Dangers in My Heart was a show that was kind of glossed over by a lot of people when it first came out. I think probably because we also had shows like Heavenly Delusions, Skip and Loafer.
Yeah.
Not to mention we also had the amazing My Love Story with Yamada.
Yeah.
Which arguably this one could also be.
Yes.
But
yeah.
it makes me really happy this one is actually getting attention. I love this show.
Yeah.
I would say as well with that one, as well, that was a further proof of if you have to come out at the right time.
Yeah.
It's also one of the kind of the protagonists is a girl as opposed to.
But the
Yamada-san, I'm thinking. Sorry.
One of the things I quite like about Dangers in My Heart though is the fact they actually, you know, when you do those like the odd couple periods, they give this kid, they do this kid who's like, they say he's like a loner and a misfit, and like, but he still kind of looks a bit like a generic romance lead.
I mean, Ishikawa just looks like a serial killer in the future.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what makes it so good, though. That was such a brilliant choice.
Yeah, I think definitely a good way to sort of get the two talking was at the beginning. Ishikawa had a lot of thoughts on what Yamada was like, but then like he saw her pigging out in a library, and he just thought, wait, what?
Oh, but just
relatable.
That's one thing they definitely toned down in season 2. Her obsession with snacks.
Yeah.
But the
I mean, she's got a new obsession now.
there's a lot to really talk. But again, I'd say there's a lot to talk about. The thing I'm trying to get to the point is the thing I think that makes a bad romance anime is unnecessary conflict. Like the conflict feels forced.
The most recent one I can think of is Our Dating Story.
Which one is that?
Yeah, that one. The first time round, it felt organic.
Yeah, first time round, it was like easy brushed off, but then they went back to it just like you had it.
We did this already. Why are we going back to this again?
The show went major downhill when the sister became a factor, and like when she started actively sabotaging them.
Yeah, I always felt like, okay, you can get away with this once. You can't get away with it multiple times. Yeah. It's
Which was the show that I liked with the girl with the crow?
Oh,
What was that?
Sing Yesterday for Me.
That's it.
I like that one.
I like that
Yeah,
one, but
we all
then I
did.
just remember the pacing towards the end ruined it for me.
that was they were trying to rush. They were trying to rush the adaptation process.
Yeah. From what I heard, the manga was a lot better paced.
Really annoying.
I also think if something's labelled a romance anime, if it has problematic elements, it's more likely to get called out.
Yeah. Like what was that one about the young girl staying with the man in the flat?
Yeah.
Well, there was Yubisaki, I think, is the one example where they actually addressed the problematic nature within the text. So I think they kind of got away with it in that one. And they actually had a likable lead who didn't take advantage of his position, whereas there was another one that was just like it came out around the same time. And the reason that one didn't get away with it was because it did address it completely in the text how problematic it was, and then try to brush it off. What was it called? It was like Koimichi or something.
I can't recall.
I think maybe, just as an example of another bad romance, My Tiny Senpai, where I felt like he was trying to do My Senpai is Annoying again, but the difference is My Senpai is Annoying had like an entire cast of characters that were generally all very likable, like even a second romance, which arguably was better than the main one.
Yeah, that was a weird scenario with that.
But then My Tiny Senpai, it just mostly focused on the main pair who were very uninteresting, and while there was a side cast, they didn't do much either. Really.
No, they didn't do it at all. Yeah. Do you reckon you'd have the same opinion of My Tiny Senpai? Senpai, if thank fuck for that. If for context, we thought the camera was about to break up at that point. If My Tiny Senpai had come out first.
No, I feel like I still would have preferred My Senpai's Annoying.
I'll put it to you two as well on that one. Do you think you guys would have preferred... You didn't watch My Tiny Senpai, did you? Did you watch My Senpai's Annoying?
I watched a few episodes of it. I wasn't big enough.
I loved it.
Yeah, I was more a fan of My Tiny Senpai's Annoying.
You combined the two shows there.
Yeah.
My Tiny Senpai is Annoying.
Yeah.
Can I actually make an observation here on us? And I correct me if I got this wrong. Ren, I think you're the least interested in romance anime out of the four of us.
I quite like romance. I was big on. I really like
JoJo's.
I mean,
everyone's in love.
I
with
mean,
Speed
you were
Racer.
massive on Dangers of My Heart when that came out.
Yeah, I liked because I only watched a few episodes of Danger Man. I really enjoyed that one.
Get back on it, mate. It's really good.
I will be doing that. I liked Loving Yamada-san at level 999 or level
999.
But when we started out, I think you weren't that really into them.
No, yeah, I mean most of my anime interests early on in the Anime Amigos was pretty much shonen.
I mean, same with me. I was during the early days. I was watching almost exclusively fantasy and sci-fi stuff. I only really started watching like all the other stuff like fall of 2017.
Can I add another fact? Because the point I was trying to make is, do you think romance anime appeals more to people who are single compared to people who are in relationships? You've been in a few relationships in the time you've been doing Anime Amigos.
I don't know, to be honest with you, because I'd say I appreciate them all, but I don't know, maybe this speaks to it. What do you think?
I personally think it could go one or two ways, because I also know a bunch of people who are single who are like, I don't really want to watch wish fulfillment over something that I'm not really that confident in.
I think that's a good point, is when it verges too much on wish fulfillment.
That's when it goes badly wrong.
Yeah, again,
Angel Next Door
supposed to be rotten. That was blatant wish fulfillment. Oh, you gave me an umbrella. I'll be your maid now. Please love me.
I think it's worse though in shows that are not directly romance anime. So, for example, isekai anime. Like
Isekai is a big proprietor of that.
I was going to say that.
Can we think? Actually, that's the point. Can we think of any good couples from isekai shows?
Good couples.
Subaru and Emiya.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Amelia, you mean?
Amelia, yeah.
Super and Amelia's but I feel like they're the exception to the rule. A lot of people think Rem is a better option.
Kirito and Asuna.
In all fairness, they are kind of wholesome.
Yeah, they do actually.
The couple between them is one of the few things I actually
no,
think
let's be honest. That's not really what makes a show that bad. The thing that made the coupling of them made it bad is the fact it felt like as soon as they became a couple, as soon as they left the first arc, Asuna's agency was reduced. By the time she got it back in Alicization,
that's every Sword Art Online side character. Like, as an example, in Gun Gear Online, we had another character. We had a character who was very prominent. After that, we're just gonna jerk off Kirito again.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as well, it felt like with all those characters, maybe their arcs were complete, so they didn't really need that much. Asuna, it felt really off the fact that she was reduced.
I thought of another really good one, and it's been a new media. From the Magical Revolution.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's a really good one.
Euphelia, sorry.
I just don't even view that show. I know it is an isekai, but I don't even.
Because the isekai
it's like
elements.
A tactical isekai.
Because the isekai elements are all put to.
I guess just because I'm a fan of it, I kind of like a lot of the romance that Belle has with every girl in Danmachi.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, though, it does those even Danmachi kind of treads into the wish fulfillment aspect.
Because I was going to say a lot of harem anime run into that risk, I think, because it's just like, oh, this character has a range of options.
Well, the real origin of harem anime that got very successful, that really made the genre feel more successful, was Tenchi, and here's the thing. I'm betting you haven't watched it. You have watched it.
I haven't even heard of it.
I've heard of it and not watched it.
I thought the oldest harem anime was like High School DxD or High School of the Dead.
Oh no, Tenchi does it by a decade.
Oh wow.
Don't look into the family tree of that one.
Incest.
Oh, lots of it.
Japan.
There's
Bible Belt America.
There's a John Oliver quote that I like, which is he does a thing where he does a joke when he's talking about a country. He does Japan, Earth's pervert uncle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember one of my favourite ones on that one. Scotland, you know it as the birthplace of Shrek, and that accent you think you can do but you can't. a thing though for me with well, Tenchi was a big starting point on that one. This is what I get for being a Tanami kid in the 90s. And early 2000s. This is what I got for that.
Here's a question. Yes, we're currently on harem. Would you say Fruits Basket is technically a reverse harem?
Technically, but I
Because there is obviously the main romance is between Toru and Kyo and Yuki, but there are a lot of male characters that are surrounding her.
they drop though that element kind of quickly.
Yeah.
If you catch my drift. That's the reason why I think it works so much. I mean, the only reverse harem I really like was Oron,
High School.
which is very good, but I've heard the manga does it way better.
One actually that came out a couple of years ago
Is
that
that
I
the
really
manga?
like.
Oh, and you had some Crunchyroll. Another manga, don't know.
One I really liked that came out a couple years ago. Heroines Run the Show. That one's pretty good. That was more of a love triangle than a reverse harem.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's basically high school girl manages a pop idol duo.
I think
It's very good.
I think like some dedicated romance shows can be they have to be like a really good quality to sort of like rise above you know those shows that are romance shows combined with a gimmick. Like Love Is War was like
Prime example.
Yeah.
But that developed as time went on.
Yeah,
So, and it developed in a good way, which is not something I can say about Oshino Ko, the author's other work. Trust me, I've seen the screenshots of the latest chapter. What is wrong with you, man?
And
all the people that are cheering it on, what is wrong with all of you?
what was
That's saying now right now is incest.
Firespawns parody. I know.
what's the romance where it's the Super Sentai guy with the evil villain lady?
Oh, well,
That's-
Love After War Domination.
That's fantastic.
That one's
I really,
amazing.
really enjoyed that one.
Also, do you want to know how? A thing I forgot to mention. Do you know how popular Oron High School Host Club got? They actually have an episode of My Adventures of Superman with a title that is a parody of it.
Really?
Yeah, one of the episodes where Clark is trying to just have a normal date with Lois is called Kiss Kiss in the Portal.
I sadly was not able to watch all of Warren High School Host Club before this episode.
I watched
so
the I watched the first episode in college. I really want to get back to it.
Oh, it's
I just
so
haven't
good.
had the time.
Also,
to.
all I will say is as well, actually, on that one, watch My Adventures of Superman because no joke, it's the best Superman thing I've watched in years.
Really?
Like, I love that show brilliantly.
Better than the '90s show. What's the '90s? The other one, Superman one came out.
The
Yeah.
90,
The one that Superman 64 is based on.
yeah, that one's
Yeah.
the nice one. Yeah.
And then you also had the New Adventures of Lois and Clark with what's his name, the Republican now.
Oh yeah, I know what you're on about. Yeah. No, my favorite is that episode. They have mixed splits. So it transforms. We say, yeah, I know you're actually Superman. Clark is Superman in every universe. He clicks him and turns him into all the various versions, like 1930s. Then he turns him into the 90s series that Superman 64, and that weird one when you're a crab.
So that's where Across the Spider-Verse got the ideas from. The bastards.
Yeah, they basically do a massive episode. It's a bit of a rip-off of Spider-Verse, only with Lois Lane. There's a romance anime so I think we need to talk about some examples we really like.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Reese. What's an example you really want to highlight?
Well, my one was Love After World Domination.
Oh,
Ah!
really?
So why is Love After World Domination so good, do you think?
Well,
Well, it's a Super Sentai knockoff.
yeah, and it's not just a great show itself, but it's also a great romance. And these two factors don't collide and like derail one or the other. So it's a really great match between them.
It kind of reminded me of that Romeo and Juliet one that was on Amazon, but I thought this one did it better. You know, the whole lovers who have to pretend they're enemies type deal.
And just seeing their growing romance and that the manga has now finished, but the anime was quite far behind it.
I've put it this way: I've got 3 options. I'm gonna let you guys pick mine when we get around to it. So, I'll ask you another thing, Reese, on this one. Well, do you think that they made it too much with the Sentai fans in mind? So there's a lot of references that no one's ever going to get.
No, not particularly, because they don't just borrow from Sentai; they also borrow from other tokusatsu shows,
I mean,
like Kamen Rider.
I mean, I've never seen literally the first Kamen Rider thing I saw was that one anime that came out a couple of years ago. If you remember that one, I can't remember the name of it.
It's the one where dimension. No, it's the one where they did that. Like, turns out men can love each other.
Fruto PI. That's it.
Fruto PI.
Yeah,
brilliant OP.
Yeah, and that was like the closest thing I've seen, which came out before this one, and so I didn't mind not seeing any of the references.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the show a lot, despite not knowing the intricacies.
I also, I think they did they did a very good job making it believable as well. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
that was, I mean, it's an utterly insane
It's a
show.
great
Yeah, it's so funny seeing the two of them go from like fighting one day to like just having a picnic with each other the next.
Yeah, they have to make excuses from on the
Or
field
like,
of battle.
or like they start fighting and say, we're gonna go over there to fight, and then just see them having a romantic date.
Yeah, and then even when they bring in like the love triangle with Hiku, who was Gelato Pink, that didn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
I love the fact they call them the gelatos.
Yeah, the Gelato 5.
I'm going to see, is the manga actually available on?
I'm not sure it's available, but I do know it's finished. It finished a few years back.
So why does this one stick out in your mind then, Reese, compared to other shows? What makes you want to
It
talk about
is available on Amazon, or at least on Apple Books.
Hey, sweet. Yeah, so it just stands out because it's just a great marriage of a good, funny comedy show and also the romance aspect.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of other like romance shows focus solely on the romance. I don't have a lot of overarching story surrounding it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, like, this one is its own world in addition to having, like, it's an established world with the characters within it, rather than just the characters are, like, everything.
Yeah, it feels like even though it's a romance, it doesn't neglect the other story elements to it.
Yeah.
Like, you still get all the Super Sentai stuff.
Yeah.
They are a lovely. They are a nice couple as well.
Oh.
I think they.
Genuinely sweet.
And also, again, it goes to that other point. There's not majorly. I'd say up until the end, it never feels like there's majorly forced conflict.
Yeah.
Well, I say the forced conflict is the fact that they're on opposite sides. Of
Yeah,
the
I thought the
battle.
whole cutting of the wedding cake thing was a bit weird.
Yeah.
That she was jealous of the fact he was going to do it in an advert. That one I kind of felt, okay, this feels like a bit of a weird out of nowhere content.
Yeah.
Well, it
Conflict.
is supposed to be her first boyfriend, and she wants to do everything first with him.
Yeah.
So she gets insanely jealous. See him cut a wedding cake in a full wedding attire with another girl. It's like, you bitch.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So it is understandable.
Okay, should we, your one, Elliot? I wouldn't mind.
I was unironically really close to picking 100 Girlfriends.
Ah,
Because I thought that show was just so
It
funny
is
and had
great,
some
it
really
is
wholesome moments. But then I decided to pick my actual favorite romance, Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
Hey.
Very nice.
We've highlighted it before. We gave the second season our anime of the year. We said the third season was excellent. Have you seen the movie?
I
before?
haven't yet. I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll or not.
It's not on Crunchyroll. I won't give away anything that happens in it, but I will say. After I sneeze.
Sneeze.
It's
a sneeze.
Achoo!
It's
Calvin Atkinson, Love is War. Achoo! 5 stars.
No, Love's War, COVID out of 10.
this is.
That's not even COVID. Hay fever out there, surely.
Oh no.
You just look at the review. It's just a giant. It's just a snot stain.
I will say it takes place right.
It's somehow still misspelled.
It takes place right after the events of season 3. I think they did a very good job of it, although it does feel a bit like an extended selection of episodes.
That's fine.
It's though. I would hope that they are going to adapt the entire manga, especially considering that the manga, in terms of the translation coming out, it's about to end soon.
Oh yeah, the manga's already fully out. I'm showing a Jump episode there, so
Let me double check on Apple because I've got a pre-order for that they should have downloaded for me.
Very nice.
cool.
Yeah, so why does Kaguya-sama stick out in your mind?
Funny.
Yeah, but
First of all, it was one of the funniest romances I've seen at the time. Again, 100 Girlfriends is surpassing now in hilarity.
No, April for it.
really
April.
surpassed it.
In hilarity.
Oh, so
Yeah.
yes.
Like in how funny it is. But this one is just I love them. First of all, I love the main pairing. I love how they're both madly in love with each other.
Yeah.
But it's almost like because they have so much pride, they have to like try and get the other to confess first.
Yeah.
It's like we can have a wonderful life together, but
It's very much like Death Note in that way, I think, because you see all of the internal monologue and like trying to one up each other.
it kind of is actually. Yeah.
How do you feel about the whole fact they had to sort of like they had a secondary reason, at least for Shigone's reason for wanting Kaguya to confess first.
What was that one?
That because of she's on a lower social standing, it would mean she'd be
No,
more.
she's on a higher social standing.
I think it was because of the social standards. He wanted their relationship to be more accepted.
Yeah.
I never really noticed that.
Yeah, it's a throwaway line. People bring it up a lot.
I never really thought that was like something a factor of it, but I never thought that was a factor of it. Honestly, I just enjoyed the chaos of it and how it seemed to get more and more insane as time went on.
Do you think they picked the right time though when they went? We kind of drop the formula slightly and try and do something more with this.
I feel like they could have done like maybe a couple more arcs. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to be very long, but I do feel like they stopped it at the right time.
Because some of the best moments of that show happen in that moment, like the sports day arc is amazing.
Oh yeah, where the voice actor of Dio shows up.
Yeah.
As a Shogun's dad. Remember?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
Oh yeah, before I forget now because I've got a terrible memory.
Of course.
Dio's actor is in Infinite Wealth.
Is he really?
Yeah, in the new Yakuza game, look out for a guy named Yamai.
Okay, cool.
He does not say Zawardo.
Honestly, so far I'm on chapter 11, but it's like I never once felt bored by it. Like even though they did keep doing the same, it was mostly doing the same thing. They did it in a way that kept it interesting. Like it never felt like it was repeating itself over and over and over again.
So it's
almost like because like at first they were actively putting themselves in situations, but then after a while like they would just find situations, go, aha, I could use this.
See, that technique is what's known in the comedy world as a reverse Little Britain.
Yeah.
And none of the relationships felt very stagnant in that show either. There was evolution, which was nice.
Yeah. Also I liked how all the other characters got some kind of some kind of character development here. Like with the sports day episode. Fuck, that episode was so good. Looking at that, I can't remember his name, but that one guy's his past story.
It was also considering that he was a bit of a nothing character up to that point, and then he kind of got a load of it out of nowhere. I mean, the running gag for him was the fact that he was thought that Kaguya was going to kill him.
Yeah. Which, in all fairness, you see her. Yeah, you can fully believe Ishigami. That's it.
Oh yeah. And his popularity also exploded when he was in the dance-off opening.
All the OP stuff show were fantastic as well.
So
I really hope they do adapt more of it after the movie. I
kind of have to. I feel like I feel like we got one more season's worth.
We need that ending. I feel like the anime. I don't think that should be a. Well, if you want the ending, read the manga. I think the anime fans should get their ending.
Yeah, especially seeing how well it's done.
Especially considering Attack on Titan fans got that and they didn't fucking deserve it.
No.
I will not stop bitching about how much I don't like Attack on Titan's ending.
That's fine, Kelly, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's what social media platforms are for.
I've stopped doing that now. I will not express my opinion about anything on social media because I'm not in the mood to get into fights with anyone.
Or just in case you get cancelled again.
I've not been cancelled once. How do I get cancelled again?
Oh, we know the story.
We've all seen the screenshots.
The screenshot where you showed your ass to Jeremy Clarkson.
Take me, daddy is the caption. And then he responded, "Power!"
And at the risk of going more into this joke on that bombshell, I feel like with Kaguya-sama though, that one really exploded in popularity.
I think it was definitely more in the second season. I think
I felt that's where it exploded
because the first season. I mean, we know in the first season I was the only one really bumping that up because we of course had Promise of Land, Shield Hero, a number of other things. But then it was like season 2. You were also like, oh no, this is really good now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put one to the four of you.
All right.
Because we haven't seen the movie of the TV series. Best OP, 1, 2, or 3.
Fuck.
I'll let you go last, Elliot, since it's your subject.
I'll go 2, the whole detective one.
Daddy do.
I'm with 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for 3. Giddy Giddy.
That's the one I've not listened to the most.
I really like the fact that they're going past the different landmarks. That's very well done, and I think it made the most. I think it matched the show the best in terms of like the visuals and the.
Season 2 is the catchiest, but I gotta go season 1.
Yeah.
The first one was, "Oh, love me, Mister."
Love is war, love is war, love is war.
It's infectious.
It is.
I love the fact though he keeps coming back to do everything. I keep thinking this will be the one time he doesn't come back. Even in the movie, he comes back.
Of course he will. It's his brand.
Yeah,
now.
it's like it's a perfect match. Let's be honest.
It's like Ron Wasserman with the Power Rangers before they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Bastards. And then they brought him back for one season and threw him away the next season.
Yeah.
By the way, I've heard his version of Power Rangers Ninja Force. It would have been way better.
Mystic Force.
Mystic Force. His version of Mystic Force theme was way better.
Yeah.
Is it weird that just in my head that came in my head where it was Wasteland Warriors Hoots Patrol? Power Rangers
Hoots Patrol.
Glory Hammer Power Rangers collab when?
I don't know what happened at some point.
Especially how Power Rangers ended.
What's it called? I've now just got that theme in my head. 5 Mystic Warriors will save the world today. No.
Don't blame us. We saw them a few weeks ago.
There's a lot. I feel like with Kaguya-sama as well. I think they nailed. I think there's something they nailed about that one, which is pacing.
Yeah, and like I love like how progressively the two Kaguya and Shirogane get together, so start to sort of get closer and closer together. Like at first, you kind of felt like it did feel a bit like they were almost. At first, I don't know if I was wrong. It almost felt like they were a bit ashamed to have these feelings, and then down the line, they became way more accepting to the point where at the very end they were both fighting to confess to each other.
I love the fact though that Ai's final line in the first season is just "You idiot."
Yeah.
It's the only person who could get away, the only employee that could get away with doing that too.
Oh wait, we never talked about Chica that much actually.
Chica
was great.
She was fantastic. Yeah.
I think though the reason we didn't bring her up was because she kind of matched in the romance, but but it's more. I think. Do you think she deep down knows what's going on?
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, I have a theory that Chica is secretly the immortal god watching over us, but that's here and there.
I feel like though the one thing they really could have done, which the author thankfully didn't do, is overexpose her.
Yeah.
In the sense of the fact she's not in every single fucking chapter, and she's not the punchline of every single fucking joke.
She needs to come in. She needs to come in bursts.
Yeah.
She needs to be sort of the. She needs to be one of the catalyst to the things, not the payoffs.
Yeah.
Though she is sometimes, and that does work.
But it's a real fine line to get that right, though.
Yeah, the side cast for the show is fantastic. Like when they add the other two characters in season 2 as well.
We had one join
Student council.
There's one other one, isn't there?
No, there's only one person who did join school.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
She had a friend.
It's because her maid joined the cast a bit more regularly starting in season 2. She was more of a regular.
Yeah.
She was kind of there in season 1, and then season 2 she really joined a lot more regularly.
Yeah.
Especially because I needed the chapter of her trying to seduce Shigone to sort of prove that it's fucking easy to do.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
And just the numerous scenes where she walked in on Shirogane and Kaguya looking like they were in some sort of situation.
Yeah.
I just found those hilarious. Look, thankfully, Akasawa-san didn't do that too often either.
I'm kind of glad, though. I feel like it ended at just the right moment in terms of the manga. I feel like the manga's 28 volumes long. That's a really long investment for a lot of people. So I feel like watch the show. If you really can't wait to see the ending, if you're up to date, just go with the manga because eventually it's going to get adapted.
Yeah.
And I know that it should, but I still want it to get adapted at some point. I don't want to be one of those guys that reads the manga.
It's Akasaka, not Akasawa, the creator.
Sorry. Again, it's why I really wanted to love Oshi no Ko. And first couple of episodes, I thought it was excellent. But the more you get into that, the more you kind of go, this is not really working. Ripley, don't come near the tripod.
It's kind of yeah, Oshinoko, if you ask me, it is doing what Kaguya-sama does. It's a slow pace, but I feel like it's a bit too slow.
I agree.
Like it gets, we're near the end it's nearly the end when Ruby actually joins an idol group.
Yeah.
And also to the point where it doesn't feel like it finishes, it just stops.
It also, have you ever noticed, it's not that interested in the initial mystery it sets up. See, look, no one's actually asking, well, who are Ruby and who's their dad, and no one gives a crap. And it seems like most of the time everyone's interested in who's going to end up with who, and
that's more of a back sort of subtle storytelling. Like the reason why Aqua's going through all those things is to figure out who he is.
That's all well and good, but it's also kind of a case of I kind of think, well, you can't set that up in a big part of the first episode and then just completely almost put it to one side for half of the bloody storyline.
See, if you never liked the show to begin with, you wouldn't be that lost.
Anyway,
I didn't say I disliked it. I just said I wanted to like it more than I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kaguya-sama is very good. Hope we get a season 4. Please, for the love of God, watch 100 Girlfriends. It's fantastic.
So, Ren, what do you want to highlight?
Don't Toy With Me, Megatoro.
Hey! Bravo!
Great.
That's an amazing show.
It is fantastic.
And you just and the manga just hit a milestone in terms of content as well, which I won't give away for you. They haven't
Okay, I don't know. I haven't been reading.
read it, but no, trust me, I haven't. But it did show up on my feed.
Okay.
I hate anime Twitter because they constantly spoil shit in
Oh
manga.
fuck! Actually, this reminded me of another one I could have mentioned. Komi can't communicate.
Oh, damn,
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, I mean, maybe after.
Maybe after.
I'm actually reading that at the minute before bed.
Hey.
Yeah, because I don't want to jump in on one of your ones later, but I've thought of a couple of other shows that would warrant discussion.
Yeah, but
Nagatoro sounds just boss.
Nagatoro.
Yeah.
Oh, Nagatoro's amazing.
I view it as like similar to Uzaki-chan, except
Better.
actually better. I know you like it. I like.
I like
Uzaki-chan
both.
as well.
I like
yeah.
both. I will say though,
Uzaki-chan's fine.
Yeah.
Look, we all know the reason Cal likes Uzaki-chan.
Shut up. I think the reason I will say I think Nagatoro has better story structure and better sort of gag to gag.
Yeah.
Gag. I think that's the reason why I think on a technical level I'd say Nagatoro.
Also
is
better
show.
characters in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because like I like. Because I do, you guys know I have like a bit of an issue with fan service in shows. Like Nagatoro-san, I think, is the classic example of like bawdy humor as opposed to over the top kind of like intentionally sexualized sort of stuff.
I know what you mean.
say that. Are you forgetting about the art club director?
I'm aware of the art club director.
Yeah, but it feels like there's what I think you're getting at is it feels like the purpose to the fan service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for me, it's the way at least I justify.
In all fairness, the creator they used to do dojins.
That's
You
what
kind
I mean,
of, you kind of expect that.
Yeah, like because I think
I think it does allow you to kind of get over some of the more problematic complaints that have been made.
Actually, just while we're on the topic, just something funny. I once saw on a podcast a couple guys interviewing a hentai artist, and they asked, "Do you ever think you could do something, do a normal manga?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I have thought about that actually. I have come up with an idea for a manga, but then I think, but this could be hentai."
But the weird thing for me, the thing for me as well as with Nagatoro is it's essentially, it's actually very well done at doing that kind of more gaudy comedy, which it's quite a difficult thing to get right.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's kind of the benefit that the author has had coming from that style of content is that like he kind of knows how to do it, which is why it works in the way it does.
It does remind me a lot of my friends when we were that age, sort of that sense of everyone thinks they're very up when it comes to love and romance and all that thing, and they think they're the boss of it. And then when it actually comes down to it, they're actually complete dorks.
But also kind of at the core of it, like it's not the protagonist. The main boy is not like a guy who's kind of like perverted and kind of like seeking that kind of thing. It's just like this
that makes it better.
Just, like, kind of batshit.
It does kind of intend he's a bit of a closeted one though. Like he has a bit of interest, but
Also,
he's not really.
What I find though interesting is the fact of that they have actually named him in the manga, as it turns out.
Yeah, they do actually. They do have like a canonical name for Senpai.
Oh, what is his name?
I can't remember.
Also, I think Elliot, for the manga only, for the anime only watchers that might be on at the minute, let's not give it away.
It's not a spoiler what his name is.
Yeah,
I will say
it's just a name.
The thing I do like about visual storytelling, though, they do have a good visual storytelling. The fact that he to make himself subtly make himself more appealing to Nagatoro, he does get rid of his glasses and go with contacts.
Well, now it's Naoto Hachioji.
Oh, okay, fair play.
I think for the purpose of this, we'll keep calling him senpai because
Sure.
Yeah, people. It is most known as senpai.
Yeah.
Like it has what we were talking about before, like the evolution of the relationship between the characters, which I really like. It's not just the kind of same gag repeated over and over again.
Yeah.
There is like jealousy. There is sort of conflict.
We
there's
do-
characters not knowing how to.
We
interact
do
with
have
each
we
other.
do have repeats, but they are told. There's like
Yeah.
subtle differences.
But
Yeah.
it's also like they might be repeated, but also like as the character relationship changes, which kind of gives them a bit of a different.
I think I also know that you really appreciated the fusion, Dragon Ball fusion
Yeah.
reference
Yeah.
in,
Well,
in a later
yeah,
chapter.
yeah. It doesn't take itself seriously, which I just really like. So, yeah. I mean, Nagatoro is actually kind of a well-developed character.
Here's a thought. If
As,
me
as,
and-
are as are her friends even. Like,
here's a
even if
thought.
they're just kind of
If me and
characters.
if me and
Yeah,
Mr.
I mean the art director is especially developed.
if me and Reese did a fusion dance, would we be called Crease?
Maybe. Or
Ralvin.
Cowless.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Well,
Right.
that's for just Ken
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Renvin,
or Kren.
for sure.
I think Renvin makes more sense.
Yeah.
Anywho.
This has gone to weird territories. Either he's actively giving you guys permission to simp us or
Yeah.
to ship us. rather.
All right, Reliot. Let's move. I don't know.
Fuck
That works for
off,
both of them.
Fuck up,
Yeah.
Alvin.
Ah, there we go. He throwed it back in my face. So it didn't work well. What do you think though? Why has Nagatoro really been able to capture a lot of people's imagination as well? Because there's a lot of manga that are quite like it.
Yeah.
Why did Nagatoro suddenly jump up?
I think maybe just because it kind of has a unique idea of a bully character, essentially.
Yeah. I don't view the main character as. I don't know. It doesn't feel as though like Nagatoro clearly takes an interest in him, but like for her own reasons. It doesn't feel to me like what's that show with the guy who makes outfits?
Dress Up Darling.
Dress Up Darling. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it's kind of like immediately all in on this. She sort of takes an interest in him because it's fun to bully him,
I'm not
and
sure-
then it's like develops into something more rather than just being like, oh, you can do this for me. You can see me naked. And
Yeah, like
you know.
kind of at first, it almost feels like she sees her friends bullying him and just like, fuck off, he's my bully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
He's
is-
my bully.
like-
He's my bully
Yeah,
victim.
she is a prick initially.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a prick throughout, but you know.
There's
fun-
a
fun-
great
Yeah, it's more affectionate bullying.
Yeah,
than
it's
like
endearing.
that.
Yeah.
I think there's also I just think it kind of it's somehow well, I also think the best shows have the character design is you could recognize that character in a sea of anime characters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's a good
that's
point.
that's where I think like a lot of isekais fail. You watch a lot of isekais and you just think I could put that character in a lineup and I would never be able to tell the fucking difference.
Well, that's because the main goal for them is just to be girl.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest, it's not nearly as bad as a protagonist.
I think it's
they
not-
all deadass just went, hey mate, can I copy your homework? Sure, just copy it, give it a go.
Like I know you liked it and I thought it was okay, but I think if you put the protagonist of Beast Tamer in a lineup,
Yeah.
you'd never know which one he fucking was.
No.
Well, he does look a bit unique with his like sandy coloured hair.
He does a little bit.
Compared to like all the black-haired isekai protagonists we always see.
That being said, we are now starting to get a bit of a deluge of white-haired characters.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Belle was the
Progenitor of that
progenitor
one.
of
Yeah.
that.
Bring
but
back
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh
Mom.
hairstyles.
But that's the point I'm making. Is I think like if you look and again,
Yeah, it's kind of become the opposite of that meme. Notice the shonen protagonist is one of the
exactly.
craziest. Now, as notice the isekai protagonist is the most bland looking
yeah,
one.
fully, yeah.
But for example, if you put any of our characters in line, I think you would be able to recognise them based on those designs.
Yeah.
I would say actually I will say in my case maybe now because the show's a lot as popular as it once was. The main characters of my one you might not recognise if you put them in a lineup, but I think that's more to do with the fact that the reason I'm bringing it up. We'll get round to it
Yeah.
why I'm bringing it up. But I feel like Nagatoro is going. Do you think Nagatoro is going to sort of become one of those romance anime greats?
To be honest, I do hope it ends probably. I don't know where the manga's up to, but
The manga is in its final arc, from what I've
Yeah.
heard. It is
Yeah.
coming to a close.
Trust me, from what I've seen of what was given away, Yeah, they're definitely in the final
Yeah.
arc.
I don't want them to drag it out. I feel
Seriously.
like
Yeah.
because
I would also explain why I've seen a bunch of.
Oh wait, I just realized. Are you picking Nagatomo because I gave you that? You won that box set.
I actually haven't read that, but I just
You
really
motherfucker!
I know-
That's 2 months.
I know, but I just really enjoy the anime.
I bought that for you with love and
I
lots
know.
of cum.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I've noticed the cum. That's all been licked off now. Don't you worry.
On my show.
just the awkward silence.
Yeah.
Beautifully timed.
Well, it's just because Carl's thinking of her in the cheerleading outfit with the cat ears on.
Yeah.
You are so lucky. You are so lucky that you're good at your job right now.
I think the one thing I'm very upset by is that we don't have a season 3 yet of it. Like
Yeah.
it
It's
hasn't
not
been
even
announced yet.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not even an announcement.
No, definitely.
I was thinking there might be one soon because I've noticed there's been a lot of digital sales for the manga. So I think they are encouraging people to buy the manga at the
Yeah.
moment.
It doesn't.
Seriously, I was on Bookwalker the other day. They had a digital sale there.
Because I was going to say, in terms of like how well known it is, it seems to me to be a step below Lovers' War, and probably like on the same level as maybe.
I think it's more popular than Love After World Dominance. I think even Reach would accept
Oh,
that.
yeah.
What's the one you really like? The Tsukasa. Fuck me.
Tsukasa.
What am I talking about?
Fly Me to the Moon. It's,
Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah,
but it's called Tonikawa.
Tonikawa. That was it. Sorry, yeah.
I'd say it's about on a level with
Yeah,
Nagatoro.
that's what I mean.
I think they're on about on a level. I mean, Tonikawa's not the one I'm going to highlight because I've already talked to death about that
Yes,
one.
of course.
Thank God.
You talked us to death about that.
It's gonna talk about Banished from the Heroes Party instead.
50 minutes on written why her character design is amazing.
And Duke of Death.
With
as well.
with notes and fan art personally
And
joined by
diagrams.
him.
Well, look, we'll go. Shall we go to my one then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Duke of
Well,
Death.
I was gonna talk. I sort of narrowed it down to 3. I was gonna talk about Eureka 7, but I thought, and I've already done a whole bloody thing on that before. We already did an episode. We did our favourite anime, so that's out. By the way, it's gone dark because the lights aren't working in here.
We live in Britain. Get used to it. It goes dark at fucking 11 a.m.
Look, Bloodborne was a documentary, not a video game.
Hence why
Average walk in Birmingham.
me and Ren had to wander to it to get to our favourite metal club.
Yeah.
Out of the way, Amygdala.
Oh well, God! That time we had to fight the cleric beast to get to see Disturbed.
How did you survive that?
With difficulty.
With
Hell
difficulty,
didn't.
I fell over the bridge and then just swam my way out. So I was also thinking maybe doing Romeo x Juliet since it's my favourite Shakespeare adaptation.
Can we take guesses on what your show to discuss is?
Yeah,
Watakoi.
you're going Watakoi,
Fruits basket.
Fruits Basket.
Tomo-chan is a girl.
No, I'm going to talk about Clanad
Oh, I was
Oh.
not expecting that.
because I will stress this.
Did not know that was a romance.
Because Clanad is not just my favourite romance, it's probably second place in my all-time favourite anime.
Seriously. Oh.
Yeah, and I love this put it this way, I didn't intend to do this, I ended up thinking I was going to watch one disc of After Story, the second season. I ended up watching the entire fucking thing in
Wow.
one night.
Damn.
It was that addictive, and I've gone back to it a couple of times since. I wanted to highlight as well for a couple of reasons. It's just become more accessible now than ever because the visual novel is now available on Nintendo Switch.
Where can you watch
But it's now just come on High Dive. It wasn't on any
Oh.
streaming services up until recently, but both seasons I believe are on High Dive now in both dub and sub. This is one weird time I'd recommend watching in the dub.
Right, okay.
I think the dub it's got Lucy Christian's best performance. It's everyone's best performance. Some of the most, put it this way, you know where you get associate a dub actor with a character. This is there's a bunch of them in this one where I just associate. So like Lucy Christian, I just associate with Nagisa. Greg Aries, I just associate him with Sunahara. Every time he comes up, it's just like, oh, it's Sunahara's voice.
So why do you like Clanad so much?
Well,
What's such a
Clanad,
standout?
Clanad, for example, is such a good standout series. It's essentially, and people are really going to disagree with me a lot about this because some people really love. Put it this way, it's a bit of an anime Rorschach test, especially when it comes to the ending.
Yeah.
People either really love this and it's one of their all-time favourites, or they can't stand the ending.
I've heard more praise than negatives about it.
There's more praise than negatives, but there definitely is a crowd of negatives. But I thought, with all the shows we're talking about and all the fact we're bringing this up, Clanad at the start of the 2010s and the mid 2010s, it was on every best romance anime list.
Yeah.
It's now on hardly any of them.
Yeah, 'cause I used to hear people talk about it so prominently, but not anymore.
I'm just going to go onto my anime list for a second because it was in the top 10 almost all the time, and I don't think it's there anymore.
I just think not that many modern anime watchers have seen it necessarily.
Ah, look, it's Free Ren.
Free Ren's still top of it.
Hey!
Is that the top of all time?
Yeah, it's
So
number
this is the
one.
all-time list I'm going to. So
Brotherhood, of course. is
Brotherhood's
still-
still
Yeah.
there.
It's
Steins Gate's still there. Gintama.
I think this is the longest Brotherhood has actually been
I mean,
overthrown.
Bleach is
Yeah.
pretty high.
Fruits Basket, the final season's
Final
there.
after story.
Whereas there it is. So it went in the top 10. It's now in 16th.
Wow.
And
I mean, bearing in mind it has over 1 million people having watched it, so like it's got a much
So
higher average.
yeah,
rate.
like,
So
what
it got more viewers than that season of Gintama, but Gintama.
Like what would be better? Someone having someone having 5 stars but only being rated by 10 people, or someone being like 4.5 but being rated by 100.
Probably that one because you got better on average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For more viewers.
Fruits Basket has like plus like 0.005 up on it, but has like half as many viewers. Fruits Basket the final ends.
So I think this is interesting to my point actually about it. I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but the reason I want to bring it up is because I think this is one of the greatest anime ever made, particularly the second season, After Story. I will admit the first season's a little bit of a slodge to get through, and I'll explain why. But the second season is a masterpiece. For the love of God, that's what you're watching it for. Well, Clannad is not really. It's a romance story in the story of Tomoyo and Nagisa, but it's also a story about family. Because it's the Gaelic word for family.
The show I hear compared to it the most is Angel Beats.
But it's made by it's made by the Key team.
That will be why.
They are both made by the same team. And put it this
But
way.
am I right? Angel Beats is actually a really good one to discuss.
No, Angel Beats would be.
That was the first show I cried at.
But I'll say, Clannad made me cry, and Angel Beats didn't. And I think it's because I saw Angel Beats after Clannad. And here's the thing: if you're gonna watch anything by these guys, I find it interesting as well. Clannad was the last one they did with KyoAni, and then they went to other people for the rest of them. Like, what was the one that one that Elliot really regretted nominating for Anime of the Year?
The Day I Became God.
That's that one.
Oh, yeah.
The Day I Became a Goddess. That one was made by the same team, and they fucked that up completely. I just feel like everything they've done since Clannad.
I will never stop regretting that.
Also,
I should have feel like Sing Yesterday for Me,
Sorry,
or My Ex-Wife Was a Villainess.
Oh, Charlotte as well. That was made by the same team. That was also Key, and that sucks. I'm sorry. The ending. I know a lot of people like it, and it's quite a decent middle. I have watched it twice now.
Yeah.
To sort of prove a point that it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't as bad. But, oh no, this was bad.
I think Ripley's hearing Pablo.
Ripley's hearing
Possibly,
Pablo. But, oh no.
I mean, it's okay.
Charlotte has a appalling ending. I'm sorry. Anyone who says Charlotte has a good ending and Clannad doesn't is out of their mind.
I mean, it's okay. They made up for it with Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
No, that's a different one.
That's just still KyoAni, right?
Yeah, that's KyoAni, but KyoAni didn't do any of the other ones. After Clannad, they didn't do any of the key animations. Angel Beats wasn't done. Angel Beats wasn't done by KyoAni. Charlotte wasn't done by KyoAni. The Day of King Goddess wasn't done by KyoAni.
At least Angel Beats was good then.
It's rather interesting that team never came back because it was the same team that did the other two adaptations, Air and Canon, but they didn't come back to do any of the others. I think even KyoAni didn't keep a hold of Clannad. They actually made a movie, Clannad the motion picture, and Toei got the rights to it. Yeah, it's just as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
Clannad the motion picture genuinely made me want to throw up.
Oh wow!
By how bad it was. This is how you do not adapt this story.
Here's the thing. When we normally talk, when I was expecting us to talk about romance, I was expecting us to praise the entire thing. You're only praising one thing and saying everything else was bad.
No. I think Clannad Season 1 is good. Clannad Season 2 is just where it elevates itself. And it's rather reflected here. This is only referring to the second season that broadcast between October 2008 and March 2009.
Hey, Attack on Titan, the final season.
Can I also point out, the one that's above it, Silent Voice.
Hey!
Which is another one I thought you were going to talk about. To be honest.
Yeah, which is funny to mention that because Sides of Affection is out currently.
But here's the
Sides of Affection. It follows the death character.
Yes, I've been enjoying that.
But the thing is, the reason I want to talk about it though is again we're bringing up all this stuff, and Clannad, which was the big talk, has kind of moved to one side.
That's because let's be quite frank, it's 15 years old.
But again, a lot of shows that are very old have still survived. Like
How old is Fruit Basket?
Fruit Basket,
Original.
original Fruit Basket is 2001.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so nearly 20.
yeah,
But that doesn't get much conversation as well.
Yeah, but I mean now even the new Fruits Basket isn't talked about as much, and that ended in like what 2021?
But that still shows up on a bunch of lists that I watch. But this one doesn't show up as much, and I'm like, where the fuck is Clan at?
Yeah.
I remember some people have.
I guess just an example. Clannad came out after Story came out like 4 or 5 years before I even got into anime.
Well, the thing is, the visual novel really, you only unlock the second season content of in the visual novel sense if you pick Nagisa. I think you have to do I think you have to do every single character's outcome as well. But they actually, and I do appreciate the fact they did a couple of episodes where they showed a couple of what if episodes, like what if you went down, if we did the route where Tomoya ended up with another character.
It kind of does a Fate Stay Night thing.
Kind of, sort of, but unlike Fate Stay Night, they didn't. It's not as if it dramatically changes. The way they got around it was the first season is they pretty much do every character arc, but they don't have Tomoya, with the exception of Gisa, they don't have Tomoya get with any of the others. So we still get those arcs, but we don't. So we still get the arc of the shy girl with the violin. When it turns out that she's actually the reason she's shy is that she's been traumatized from from something that happened in her past, to do with why she's now living in foster care.
She watched Apollo 7 season 2.
But there's also the fact that, and so Tomoya, when she's keeping herself alone in the house, does up her garden. It's when in the motion picture, when you see her with that teddy bear, you think, you haven't done the work for why the teddy bear is so important. That was we built up 4 episodes to get to that. So, and there's also like, that's again, Clannad is this gateway for family. So all the stories are surrounding family members. So even Tomoya's final main backstory is around his family. His mother's died. His father is a non-functioning alcoholic, and is responsible for why he's bitter with the world. Like Tomoya's very bitter with the world because he was a basketball prodigy, and he looked like he was having a scholarship, and his father, in a drunken rage, permanently injured him.
So would you say that Clannad has had a big impact on romance series that have come after?
I think so many romance series borrow a lot. I think it was one of the few times that we can have these characters properly get together and we actually explore that. I think that was one of the few times that they actually tried. It also does a way better job than the visual novel of adapting the second season. Like they were very smart about, this is a plot point we need to take out because it doesn't really adapt due to anything. This is a plot point we need to take out because it really ruined the character in the visual novel and we don't need it here. So for example, when they did the second season and they actually show the life of Tomoya and Nagisa together, it really nails why those two are perfect for each other. Like Nagisa says it best, saying, "I think we're both kind of broken, but together we can kind of make it work."
Have there been many other prominent anime that have been adapted from visual novels then? Romance anime.
Yeah, I was about to say, obviously, Fate Stay Night.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, there was a lot of romance in them.
Yeah, true. I wouldn't say it's the main.
I don't think there has actually. I can't think of that many. Let me just try that actually. Let me look up.
I'm sure there've been harem anime.
Okay, it's a bit difficult. I'm going to go to Anime Planet for this one. I'm going to look up on Anime Planet, based on a visual novel, what the top answers are.
Because obviously it's inspired a lot of things like the reverse harem, sort of like the heroine ones.
Oh, for the record, on Anime
villainess ones as well.
For the record, on Anime Planet, where's Clannad here? Where does it rank?
First controller.
Holy shit! It is well low down. That was that topped every single fucking.
IQ's number 21. Yeah.
Where is it? 41.
Wow.
That was consistently in the top 20 for ages. It's now at 41.
Again, things have come out since then.
I know things have come out, but it feels like I loved this show so much, and it feels like everyone's kind of forgotten about it.
Boomer.
Let me go.
Why isn't my favourite the best number one?
Oh, we just had a bit of Steins Gate. Oh yes. Incidentally, it is the highest ranking based on a visual novel, and that includes all the adaptations of Fate Stay Night.
That's interesting. Yeah.
That's rather interesting. So
what's that saying? When? What?
That's Higurashi.
Oh yeah, that's the best romance, Higurashi.
No,
I love my favorite scenes are when the knife just goes back and forth, back and forth.
But there's a point. Again, that canon. That's based from. That's another key.
Oh, yeah.
That's another key visual novel. You have this one. But again, there's a bunch of these I've never heard of. So there really hasn't been. Like Little Busters, I've never heard of that.
No.
When did that come
I don't
out?
want to know what that's about.
That came out in 2013.
So I guess the main sort of like visual
Oh
novel
dear,
element-
based on an e-rogue, you really don't want to know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Facing I was based on
But-
an eroge.
Yeah, but again, it's got a very high ranking, 4.1 average on Anime Planet. But that's rather interesting. When we typed in based on a visual novel, it was the top answer.
I've only played one visual novel. It was a romance one called Castle Shoujo, if anyone knows that.
No, I
I'll
don't.
elaborate.
But incidentally, Steins Gate is second to it. But again, Steins Gate is a major deal as well. But I do like the fact that it on that sense, it hasn't completely. But it's because they made a problem with most visual novel adaptations is they try to adapt too much. Clannad knows. Kind of could have fallen into that trap, but they do somehow nail it.
But also a lot of these are like from kind of early mid 2000s as well, aren't they?
But the thing about it as well.
Original Steins Gate 2011. I think.
Yeah, but again, you are right. I think people just stopped going to visual novels as.
I think maybe the format is what's kind of.
The format makes it hard to adapt.
Yeah, I admit I love them. I like novels.
Yeah.
So here's a thing about it though. With Clannad as well, it's the fact of when the first thing we see is Tomoya saying, "I hate this town. I hate everyone in it."
I hate this town. It's so. It's a Day to Remember song here.
But it's and he do a brilliant job of his first conversation with Nagisa, which is very, very subtle and to the point. But as soon as he has that conversation and he knows that there is, and he thinks, okay, there might be something here, the world brightens up, and it's brilliant visual storytelling. And there's a lot of that in the thing. And again, they do a brilliant job with the story around Nagisa gets the final arc in the first season, and they do a brilliant job with her one.
I mean, when you said the world brightens up, my first thought went to Zone 100.
It's very similar actually in the way they do visual storytelling.
I was going to raise the silent voice.
Again, very similar.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these. Again, I think they looked at that and I think a lot has borrowed from that visual storytelling they did there. I just think of all the great stories like the student council president who wants to not have the cherry blossoms knocked down because it was her brother's favourite thing before his attempted suicide. I think of the brilliant story of Katomi and her parents and how her last gift to her was a teddy bear that was recovered from the wreckage of the plane accident. And it went all around the world before it got to her. There's all sorts of great stories like that. And the second season is just so well done. It ties in Tomoya's character arc that's been building from the first season. It shows why Nagisa was absolutely the right choice and what she brings to him.
So would you say there's value as a kind of current anime watcher returning
Absolutely. If the first arc doesn't hook you, keep going. That's all I would say, because the second season is going to really hook you.
Okay.
The story of Fuka's great, although I will say, Fuka's that's the big complaint I do have against it. Fuka should have been in the first arc, and they should have left her out. The fact they kept trying to bring her back after that was really fucking annoying and quite problematic in several ways.
Do you think it deserves a Fruits Basket style reboot?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Obviously, because
For one thing, because it doesn't need to adapt most of it. In fact, it'd be worse if it adapted more as a visual novel.
Right.
You've then got to put in the fact that Nagisa's mother, who's actually a really nice person and very supportive of them, turns into a heartless bitch in the after story. What she asks of Nagisa and how she tries to emotionally manipulate her is one where I was like, yeah, I'm so glad they cut that. And again, I am borrowing a lot of I haven't fully done all the visual novels, so I am borrowing a lot of what I know from the visual novel from Annie Merica's channel. So take what I say with a pinch of salt on this one. That one again, for going back to the James Summerton thing. But to your point, I think we saw that though with Clan of the Motion Picture. Clan of the Motion Picture comes out. It tries to adapt the whole story in an hour and a half. I think it was like an hour and a half. It was. I'll get the exact length it was. And it's like you cannot adapt this in that length of time.
I'd just like to know we spent longer on this than any other on any other, and half of it has been Calvin bitching.
Yeah.
But I love this show so much. Again, I love.
He says while spending 2 hours bitching about it.
But the
He complains about the movie. He complains that the kids these days don't know real anime. They don't know the true stuff like the My Hero Academia.
I think I do really wonder though. If you try to do Clannad now, I don't think it would work. I think. What has the director gone on to do? Because I think the director has gone on to do a bunch of
Cocaine.
stuff I like. Because it's one of my favorite anime directors. It's Tatsuya Ishihara, and he's done. He did the first season of.
The Melancholy of Haruhi.
He did a lot of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Sound Euphonium.
Oh, Sound Euphonium, yeah, that's fantastic. He did the first season of Dragon. He's done both seasons of Dragon Maid.
Ooh, that's cool.
He did Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions. That's another one of my favourites. That's another great example of an anime. Oh, he did.
Nichijou!
Yeah, he's the Nichijou director.
Oh, that's crazy.
You see, now you have to watch it because he's the Nichijou director.
Right, absolutely.
He's so you really can tell from that he's been
He did Canon as well, which you mentioned.
He did Canon and Air, which were the two other key visual novels provided. That. And I'll say as well, if you're going to watch Clannad and you have any interest in Air or Canon, watch Air and Canon first, because those shows will seem so inferior if you watch Clannad first.
I'm gonna be honest, I think we have to move on now. We're going on this one for a long time.
Please, for the love of God, it's on High Dive. It's a brilliant story of overcoming your overcoming adversity and overcoming your own emotional problems. But I will also add to it as well, the little girl and the robot dreamscape subplot plot. I know it makes no sense for almost the entire fucking show. I swear to God, stick with it. It will make sense by the end. Okay. And the ending is not bad. They actually foreshadowed.
Move on. Yes, okay, Grandpa, time to take your meds.
I think though we have to talk though about some really great romance anime. I think. Do we think there's though?
One usually I like Toradora.
Toradora's fucking phenomenal. Yes, that's another great one.
Which is Anohana I wouldn't class as a romance, but has a lot of the elements of relationship and romance.
Anohana's one of my favourite OPs of all time, I think.
It's a great show.
Well, one I mentioned before was Tomo-chan as a girl.
Tomo-chan as a girl?
That was
brilliant.
That one was brilliant. I've already mentioned Komi-kan Communicate.
Watakoi, Science Types, I think are both fantastic.
Can I say
I'm not massive on Science Types.
Can I say I finished Watakoi in the manga? It's a bit of a dead end.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't really like the ending.
What was that fucking show where the writer went to prison for being a Nazi or something? What was that? It was like early on in Anime Amigos we watched it.
Sorry.
Recovery of a Memo Junkie.
Yes,
that guy.
But he didn't go to prison.
Oh,
is
he just a racist?
It's a director, by the way, not the original creator.
Sorry.
It's not the creator of the light novel. I should stress that. The creator of the light novel is decent.
Because that was a fucking good show.
I guess the first season of Agent Magus Bride in that case.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it gets better in the manga. We just happen to come in at a pretty bad point with the other seasons.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, season 2 is just like...
Magic School.
Season 1.
Harry Potter.
Okay, let me try.
Well, we all have this superior Marshall. We don't need Agent Magus Bride doing the same.
Let me check something on. Incidentally, the highest rated romance anime right now is the
Apothecary
Apothecary
Diaries.
Diaries.
That's romance.
Yeah, Jinsky and Mao Mao.
Bleach is there.
That's not I mean.
And you got Fruits Basket, the final season. We talked a lot about Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket, that's not this one.
Yeah.
Fruits Basket's fantastic.
I will say,
House-Moving Castle.
Yeah. Can I say, interestingly, Given is the highest. Your Name atop that vein, The Love is War, ultra romantic.
And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see Weathering with You.
Incidentally, Dangers of My Heart second season is just missing out on the top 10 here. Clannad isn't the top 10.
Given is up there.
Given is the highest rated LGBTQ one.
There is.
Which
where's Sasaki and Miyano then? Actually.
That's not too far.
Sign of Affection is slightly above it.
Sasaki and Miyano was fantastic.
Sign of Affection is just above it, but Sasaki Miyano is really good. Let me check. What's the highest rated Yuri one?
Bloom Into You, I would imagine.
It's got to be Bloom Into You, surely. Horimi is quite high. That's one I really like. Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I love that.
Yeah.
It's a given movie.
There's a movie. You're Lauren April is there, which is
yeah. Oh, that one drove me to Josie the Tiger and the Fish. Excellent movie. I really liked that one. Dress Up Darling didn't quite make
God,
the
how
first
many
thing.
fucking Given
Oh,
things
wrong.
are there? I thought it was what? I thought it was.
Oh no, Given went on.
No, that was like quite a few. Given
Snow White with
films.
the red hair. I really liked Snow White with the red
Oh, yeah.
hair.
Spice of Wolf.
Oh,
I'm hoping.
Wait,
that-
Hell's Paradise?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Then these are all just things with some romance in it, not like
Yeah,
pure
not
romance
that
in it.
Yeah, I should point out this is just anything that has the romance tag.
Yeah.
Showagen Roku Rakugo Shinju, very good show. Anohana's there, as you know. Yona the Dawn. I'm actually really glad that Snow White with the red hair made it there because I really liked that one.
Oh, Cyberpunk. Edrunners.
Yes.
Incidentally, it's that's actually not the Cyberpunk. That's the music video. Oh, I really want to stay at your house.
Well, it's higher rated than Ancient Magus Bride.
And Kids on the Slope. That's a very good story about the jazz. I'm
What-
so fine.
One that I'm pretty sure everyone's forgotten, and not that many people really talked about when it came out, but I love it so much. Harem wa Hakarenai. The one with the small, very quiet girl.
Oh my
And
god,
they're very big
Toradora's all the way down there.
I can't remember.
The ReZero.
It's been that long since I watched it. Kono Oto Tomade?
I know the one you're on about. Yeah, that one's pretty
Okay.
good.
The Oto, the string instruments.
Right, sod this. I'm going to just find a show. Sod this. We're going to spend this all day. I'm just going to find a show. I'm going to type in Bloom into you and see if I can get the tag there. Oh god damn it. Okay, yeah, GL. There we are.
GL.
Girls Love. I know. Just...
Rank 1093.
Oh, Miss
Oh,
Miss
sorry.
Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
that scored the highest on that one.
That's
Yeah.
pushing it.
We never saw this one. Kase-san and Morning Glories.
No.
Yeah, these are all quite high, aren't they? Bloom Into's sort
What?
of highest rated.
Oh no! Oh no! I just looked up on romance. First thing that shows up: Sword Art Online.
Oh.
Incidentally, Given
Oh,
doesn't show...
Your Lie in April.
Incidentally, Given doesn't show up when you type in LGBT themes.
That sucks.
So the top one rated there is a theme.
Stars Align.
It's not Star. The Stars Line is up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. People still haven't gotten the fact that that's never coming back.
No.
I mean, it did. I heard it did get some short animations that tried to fix things, but it was like
Okay, I know that was kind of dumb. We start with Sword Art Online, then Your Lie in April, which is good. Toradora, which is good. Then Sword Art Online 2.
Right.
Rascal Does Green and Bonigo Senpai. Dying in the Franks. Elfen Lied.
Jesus.
My Teen Romance Comedy Snafu.
I really like that one.
Fuck, High School DxD. Clannad, which, yeah, okay. Bakkei Monogatari. Don't know that one.
Heard of it.
Horimiya.
Love it.
Love Chunibyo.
Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions.
I've heard good things about that one.
What?
It's I've watched both seasons and the movie.
Where
It's
the- where
fantastic.
How's Moving Castle? Maid Sama. Don't know that
Season
one.
2.
That one's alright.
Oh, I
Do you know what's
remember.
weird? That won Anime of the Year for 2010 for the anime trend.
You know what? What this is one that I like. The pet girl of Sakuraso.
That
Yeah,
one's.
you
That one's.
mentioned
I,
that.
I did a whole talk at the National Autistic
I
Society
enjoyed
about
that
that.
one. That one was fun.
I had to rush that one.
Yes.
I had the Jeff Keighley
Uh,
treatment.
Can I have the story on High School Host Club? The Irregular of the Magic Academy.
Wow.
Sorry, the Irregular of Magic High School. What the fuck is this list?
Elliot, what about that show that we watched again, the detective?
Oh
What
god,
was it
that night
called?
beyond the tricorner
That
window.
was it.
How the fuck do I remember
I'm
that?
so glad that you do.
I would say that,
Date Alive. Oh, with you, Rent a Girlfriend.
so.
Fate Stay Night for some reason.
I think we need to I think we need to wrap this.
Oh god, No Game No Life.
Can
What
I
the fuck's that doing there?
Can I just say, LGBT feats, very good juice. Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant. Just wish it didn't have as many recap episodes and the weird incest subplot that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
A Magical Revolution is your read.
Okay, I don't know if I should be celebrating this or not. Inuyasha's above Domestic Girlfriend in this one.
Okay, I think we did need to wrap this one up.
Okay,
now.
yeah.
So I think
On that note-
we talked about a lot of good, really good romance anime. And I think
Yeah.
I'd love to know though. Do we think? And I think we're coming up to a stage now where more and more good stuff is going to come out. Do you think we're at? Do you think we're finally? I think we're finally getting a lot of good adaptations of romance anime, and we're going to get less bad ones.
I think
It's
with
tough
the-
to say.
I think
Yeah.
with the volume of anime that comes out, there's likely to be more bad than good.
I mean, at the same time, though, most of that is with the isekai. With the romance I've seen, oftentimes is normally good.
Mm.
Though we have also had some very sketchy ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
like most recent one, the Gardock one. The
Oh,
Gardock
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah.
I think though the fact that those get pointed out as much as they do is proof that they're the minority. Like that we notice them when they come out, and they're rightfully called out for
Yeah.
some of the creepy shit that's in it.
I think the quality standards will always remain the same.
Yeah.
There's just more now.
I mean, if we want something on the quality going up, 100 Girlfriends is getting a season 2. Already the bar's raised way higher.
Yes.
Do you think? Okay, here's.
I cannot stress enough how much I love that show. I was so expecting to hate it, but I just love it.
I think the one thing I would like is a few more really for good representation. I'd like a few more really good LGBT anime.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
I think-
I'm gonna change that. I want more yaoi stuff. Most of the LGBT stuff seems to be Yuri.
Which is weird because I would say it's the other way around. I think it's way more yaoi than Yuri.
Yeah, when-
No, I think yaoi gets more attention. Because I think about the last few years we've done it, how many Yuri compared to how many yaoi we've had.
Well, I mean, when looking at this list, I recognise a lot more yaoi than I did Yuri. I'll say
Yeah, like
the LGBT.
I like when we talked to the LGBT themes and when we looked at the romance, I recognise I don't recognise half of these shows.
Because it's mostly Dragon Maid or Witch from Mercury.
Look at that Magical Revolution. Which incidentally, thank you creators for overruling Bandai Namco and saying they did get married in the end.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which incidentally, you definitely know. I like the fact that someone did some weird porn of them, and I said, there's no way that Soletta's the dom in this relationship.
And on that note,
Yeah. So Sota and Miori married each other, and Reese fucked Ariel.
Yeah. Based.
I think next month is going to be our seasonal roundup.
Yeah, it should be.
Do you think? I think it's a better season than I was expecting it to be.
It's good. There's a lot of good stuff.
I think it's going to be a couple of shows that are going to dominate the conversation next.
as always.
I think there are going to be some surprises.
Yeah,
yeah.
like the main mech one of the season that the entire mecha community loves.
Oh,
Bang Brave, Bang Braven.
Yeah, that one.
It's so good.
I haven't found that one yet. I don't know where.
That was the one.
I think it's on Crunchyroll, isn't it?
No, I checked on the simulcast list. I couldn't
Yeah,
find it.
that one I really like actually.
Seven-
Seven time loop.
That one's so good.
That one took me by surprise.
That's another romance that came out this season. That's just really good.
I hate
Yeah,
the fact
Ali,
that,
it's on Crunchyroll.
Why the fuck is it on the simulcast?
I thought you were
season?
referring to Metallic Rouge when you said that.
No, that's the Kamen Rider inspired
Yeah,
one.
that's the one
That's really good as well.
Yeah, that's one I need to watch. I really want to watch
this
that
has been amazing.
one. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
So is it on Crunchyroll?
Yeah,
What we already
Is
know.
it dubbed? No.
What we already know what his favorite of the season is.
no. Well, yes, it is my front runner right now, and I mean it's been amazing.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to the isekai on Zen Paradise.
I will not. Yeah.
But
I mean, there are some good isekai that come out this season.
and I promise. I will say your thoughts that Banished from the Heroes Part is going to dominate my list. I don't think it is now.
Oh fuck, is it gone bad?
No, it's just that other really great stuff has come out this
He's
season.
still fucking simping everyone. Get the pitchforks!
Yeah,
I think-
it's because they've reduced screen time.
No, I think it's because they've kind of repeated the plot arc they did in the first season. I'm like, wait, why have you done that? We did this before. We don't need to do it again. But again, I don't think any of us are going to talk good about bottom tier character Tomazaki.
No.
Stage.
Certainly not.
Oh god, I've got the OP stuck in my head again. Fuck!
It's
Blue-
one of the
Luckily,
worst.
I've been able to erase that from my
Blue
mind.
Exorcist.
I haven't, but I
Blue
don't-
Exorcist
it's
season.
fine.
Also, don't expect any of us to have been watching Blue Exorcist.
I would have really liked to.
Yeah, I have watched the original series, but it's been so long.
I read some of the manga.
Also, I think everyone dropped Clash from the Elite season 3. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys
Yeah,
did.
no,
I never watched the first season.
I watched a bit of season 2 and I
See-
didn't stick with it.
See, I just think this is a like.
It was bad. Like, very, very.
I think-
Delicious and Dungeon's been quite good.
That one's been
Yeah.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
Studio
I've
Trigger's
enjoyed that.
pretty good. I like Hokkaido Girls are super adorable, but I think
Probably in a minority.
I
Yeah.
will say
You guys been watching The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic?
Yes,
Yes,
that is
so
really
good,
good.
so good.
Best isekai of the
So
season.
good.
I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did.
It's
I'm
nice.
glad you. Doctor Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp, that looked alright.
Tsukimichi has come back. That's been good. Really happy about that.
I think, am I going to be the only person who really goes nuts about solo leveling?
I like it.
It's alright.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
I think I'm also going to be the person that really liked Tales of Wedding Rings.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah, I've ever watched the first
I'm
episodes.
probably the only one who's gonna be really championing the Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. First season of that is okay. It gets a lot better as it goes down.
We did say Exodus season 2, which people might be talking about, but I'm not watching.
Oh God, sorry.
Wait, which one?
Sorry, to quote from Bennett.
This thing. You'll have seen it.
To quote from Bennett the Sage on this one, every time we go back to the Inuyasha well, it would just realise how dated that humour has really gotten. I don't like. I will stress this is coming from someone who doesn't like Inuyasha, so.
Of course, Vanguard's back.
Yep. And we also got the best one of the season, McDonald's. they just made a whole anime about it now.
Understandable.
I need to watch more of the Witch Beast.
Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously the big things that have been going this season. There's been Shangri-La Frontier and Free Ren
Yeah.
and Apothecary. All those have been so good.
Yeah.
Dangers in My Heart season 2,
Yeah.
and Apothecary Diaries has still been great.
Yeah.
Indeed.
As I said, Free Ren's amazing.
I think.
Shangri-La Frontier, holy shit, that's been so good.
So I think you're going to get an idea about what we're going to talk about next month
Yeah.
and what could be a potential winner. But we'll see you all next month. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.